Hi everybody, it's Peter Zallams, Griniflix Adventure 8. Welcome to another video. Today's video is about film versus digital. It's a conversation that comes up so often, it's incredible. So the motivation behind this video is Katie. Katie I've been working with. She's a young photographer, fashion designer, and she wants to do film photography.
I'm Katie Halmarick.
Katie's come back for another session.
Round 3
of photography.
Now, I want to kind of look into film.
And you've had a lot of success so far with your photography.
Yes.
Because you've got your fashion business.
Yeah. I've been photographing and directing all the shoots.
Yeah.
It's been
And the
very,
camera
very well.
that you have?
I've got the Nikon Z6 II.
Z6 II,
Yeah.
That's it.
And it's good.
And it's a 24 to 70mm lens.
Yeah.
F4.
Yes.
Yeah.
Except now, I want to kind of look into film.
Why film? What is it about film that
I just love like how it looks.
Is it the prints? So that when you're saying film, the prints, or when you see digital images of film? Can you
digital images?
So you can actually tell
I can
the
tell
difference?
straight away, like when it's filmed.
What is it?
I think because everything like in the image is like bright. Like it's not like the subject is kind of dark and the background is bright, or vice versa. Like everything seems to be the same kind of brightness.
So would that be contrast? So
yeah,
basically
it's
more evened out lighting. So
yeah.
It's not too dark, not too light, but you've got a bit of colour everywhere.
Yeah.
Basically.
And the colours I think are really pretty.
Okay.
Would you say that there's less contrast?
Look, the difference between a digital camera and a film camera is that a digital camera you can sort of dial up a lot of these things, but with a film camera you basically choose a film type, and then you just need to understand what are the characteristics of that film type.
Right.
So you have some films that are really contrasting, and some that are less.
Yeah. Okay.
Before we go into film, let's go into cameras. So we've got 3 cameras basically here.
Yeah.
We've got the Nikon and we've got an old Leica. So that camera is probably about 1970.
Really?
The lens is also probably similar age, so it's probably 50 years old. When starting out in photography, there is, the typical learning curve in photography is to use automatic settings. Automatic settings in focus, automatic settings in exposure as well. Going into film, yes, you can get modern film automatic cameras. You'll burn through film, very expensive. Or you go into really slow photography and learn the basics of aperture, shutter speed, ISO, playing with light, and also playing with different film types and stocks, whether it be color or black and white. With digital cameras you can dial up the ISO to whatever you want. With film you have to actually choose the film and the ISO rating or its sensitivity to light. The subject of film versus digital in photography is huge and it's endless, and it's all very subjective, I suppose, what people like. And once you start to edit images within Lightroom or other editing software, then where you start and where you finish is so different, and it's in the hands of the artist, the creator, the editor. The plan is to work with Katie so that she can sort of learn how to use a old manual camera and load a roll of film and then go out and take some shots. I'm going to go out with her as well. I'm going to load some film into my Leica M4 here, the golden oldie, and it's got a really old light meter as well, which just meters light from the top there. And just to check exposures, I will be using my Q2, Leica Q2 here. Okay, so some consistencies. The camera that I've given to Katie is a Nikon F2 with a 50mm f1.4 lens, and on this M4 I've got a collapsible 50mm f2.8 lens. So just so that's 50. We're shooting 50mm basically. So to give us a digital reference, I'm shooting the Leica, which is a 28mm lens, but I'm going to do the cropping factor on the sensor here, shooting at 15mm, so that's equivalent to about 14 megapixel file, which is more than adequate as far as detail is concerned. I'm going to keep the same exposures, which then does create a bit of a, it's not like for like. As soon as you crop, it means that when you're using your f-stops, for example, when you're cropping from 28 to 35 to 50, it's about 2 stop difference when it comes to depth of field. So pretty complicated. For the sake of the exercise, we're going to be shooting the same exposures, same apertures, the same shutter speeds, and this is going to be at 400 ISO, and the film that we're using is also 400 ISO. A subject for later on. If you want the same depth of field, then you need to go, once you start to crop, a factor of 2 or 2 stops, then you've also got to do 2 stops on the aperture as well, which if I'm shooting 2.9 to get the same depth of field, if I'm shooting 2.8 on this and I'm cropping the sensor from 28 to 50, then I need to go 2 stops wider in my aperture, so I need to go to about 1.7 or 1.4, which I can't on this one, it's 1.7, to get the same depth of field. You will see this in the results because I'm shooting at the same aperture, so the depth of field on a cropped sensor, effectively that's what I'm doing here, is going to be much larger for the same focal length compared to a full frame. The location that we're going to is Bondi, and I'll start off there, and then there'll be a number of locations after that. So Katie's going to continue photographing with her camera that I've given her, and then we'll see her results in another video. But in this video I'll be just comparing my results shooting film and shooting digital. Your task, should you wish to accept it, is work out, when you see the images, I'll show them side by side, which is film and which is digital images. And also the other question is, which side do you like? It's not a case of whether you pick the right side or the left side as being the film, but which side do you prefer? Which images do you actually prefer? was it easy for you to pick the difference between the film images and the images shot with a digital camera? I always find it fascinating shooting with film. It definitely does give a different look and feel, and the images are, I guess, less sterile compared to digital. Yes, so it'd be interesting to see, get your view, your feedback, your comments on that. Do you actually shoot film? Film's obviously a lot more expensive to shoot these days. But then again, buying a whole bunch of digital cameras, and I have lots, that's a lot of money as well. Yeah, what are you going to do? Do you shoot film? Do you want to shoot film? Has this video been useful to you? If it has, then give it a thumbs up. That's how you support the channel. If it's the first time to my channel, you haven't already subscribed, then do press subscribe. You can be notified, and also press the bell so you'll be notified when the next video is out. I do have a number of partners or affiliates, and you can go to my website adventureaid.com.au, I think /shop, and you can see my partners, whether they be major ones like iTECHWORLD, providing lithium battery power stations and power systems for your four-wheel drive and camper, or for your home use, uninterruptible power supplies, etc. Or whether it be my electric bike sponsor, BOUNUS, and there's a number of deals there on my website where you can get some discounts or some promotions for any purchases that you make. Check them out, that's how you support the channel, and it's a win-win situation. You can get some benefit from those discounts as well. adventureaid.com.au /shop. There'll be some links in the video. Thanks again for watching. I look forward to seeing you on the next video. Cheers, bye.